It's time, I whispered to myself the other day while standing there, surrounded by pieces of my past. Things I once held on to so tightly. Things that used to mean something. Things that used to bring comfort. Things that used to remind me of how far I've come. Just let them go. I kept repeating silently with such a deep sadness I didn't expect. I didn't expect it to hurt. But it did. So deeply. Because even though these things were small, they carried stories. Stories of so many visions of myself. The shirt that reminded me of when I first moved here. I had nothing, but I had hope. The first notebook with the torn cover that I ever filled when I started writing. Pages and pages of messy thoughts, painful poems, and beautiful beginnings. How can I let them go? I stood there trying to convince myself to keep them all. But look, this is a piece of where you started. But what if you'll need it again someday? But this reminds you of who you used to be. And for a moment, I believed those voices. Because they weren't just about objects. They were about the past version of myself. And maybe that's why it was so hard for me to let them go. Because it felt like letting go of her too. The one who got me here. The one who held on when everything inside her wanted to give up. And yet, deep down, I knew those things had become too heavy to carry any longer. Not because they weren't meaningful anymore, but because I already outgrown them. It felt like carrying an old shell that no longer fits the shape of who I am today. So, after a long pause, I gave myself permission to let go of the things that don't need to come with me into my next chapter. We don't need to keep physical reminders of every version we've ever been. We don't need clutter to remember our strength. We don't need broken things to prove that we've healed. And we don't need to keep everything that once had meaning just to justify the journey. Our growth is not in those objects. It's in us. It's in the way we now see the world. It's in the way we treat ourselves. It's in the way we dream bigger, love deeper, and choose more intentionally the life we're meant to live. I keep reminding myself that growth requires space, that healing asks for light, and new beginnings will always need more room to breathe. So I thanked every item, cherished every memory, and I began to let them go. Some things I donated, hoping they'll find a new home, a new story. Others I recycled because their purpose had ended. And some I placed in a bag, whispered a quiet thank you through tears, and released. In that moment, I didn't feel anymore that I was throwing things away. I felt like I was making peace with the past, with the progress, with the truth that not everything was meant to stay. And if you're there right now too, standing in front of something that used to feel like home, but now just feels like a heavy weight, know that it's okay to let it go. It doesn't make you careless. It doesn't mean you're erasing your past. It means you're honoring yourself enough to make more space for what's next, for your future. Because the life you're building now, the one you feel deeply in your heart, it needs more room to grow. So be gentle with yourself. Say goodbye if you need to. Cry if you need to. And then open your hands and let it go. Know that there is beauty in the empty space. There is power in choosing peace. And there is freedom waiting on the other side of release. Because this is how we grow, my friend. Not just by reaching higher, but also by releasing what no longer fits.